What's going on, everyone? Juicebags here, and welcome back to the channel. We got our update news for Dungeon Defenders Awakened and DD2 today in the form of a devlog over on the Dungeon Defenders forums. There will be a link down in the description below to all of that goodness, but let's dive right on in and take a look at it. Now, first things first, things have changed up in the console world of Dungeon Defenders, and apparently there is no longer a Switch exclusivity period. Dungeon Defenders Awakened is still in the works and not through certification yet, but plans to launch on Xbox One in the first quarter of 2021. Now, this means that Switch and PlayStation will come afterwards. We don't have a firm date on that yet. We just know first quarter. First quarter, of course, means January, February, or March of 2021. We can look forward to getting Dungeon Defenders Awakened over on the Xbox One. Chromatic promises that once the certification process is completed from Xbox, that the process will then be begun on PlayStation and Switch. Now, I've gotten about 1 million messages this morning from people asking, what does this mean in the devlog? Because they put it in there, what about the new console? We will be releasing Dungeon Defenders Awakened on both Microsoft and Sony's new consoles as hardware test kits become available. We're waiting for the opportunity to jump quickly on getting into certification and releasing Dungeon Defenders Awakened on this new hardware. Now, just to clarify this does not mean that you won't be able to play DDA on your Xbox Series X on launch day if you just got one of the new consoles. What this means is there is not a Series X version of Dungeon Defenders Awakened. So just like Dungeon Defenders 2 runs on the Xbox Series X now, Dungeon Defenders Awakened will as well. However, there won't be any additional features added in specific to the next-gen consoles until they can get a console launch out for the next-gen platforms. Now, a lot of folks are curious about Update 1.2, and we really don't have any news about 1.2 right now. They just put in there that they're working on the final polish, bug fixes, and entering into the final phase of testing, and they'll have a launch date available for the community soon. We've heard that word soon about 6 million times. It could really mean anything. So we don't have any news on when Update 1.2 will be coming to the current version of Dungeon Defenders Awakened. As they've been mentioning, Chromatic has been putting all their effort into development on the consoles, so getting the game over to the consoles is the top priority, and Update 1.2 is not. With the holidays looming and just about here, the entire Dungeon Defenders franchise will be on sale. This includes 75% off Dungeon Defenders 1 and all DLC items on Steam, 50% off any Dungeon Defenders 2 Steam packs, 50% off in-game gem costs of heroes, costume, and shards across all platforms, and then 30% off the base Dungeon Defenders Awakened game on Steam. Now, last week, Chromatic promised there would be something coming to Dungeon Defenders 2, and we finally know what that is, and that is the form of little mini events in-game to boost our experience earned, gold earned, and Defender medals. So, starting right now through November 30th, across all platforms, base XP and gold will be 4 times. Now remember, this is the base XP amount, so if you have a bazillion AP resets, this is not going off of your final value, and it is another additive bonus to the base XP and gold. On December 5th, Saturday, there will be double Defender Medal Day. Just runs for the 1 day on Saturday. Then December 11th through December 13th, there will be 4 times base XP. December 18th through December 21st, it'll be 4 times base gold. And then December 24th through the 27th, will be the Holiday Extravaganza with 4 times base XP, gold, and double Defender medals. So some nice in-game rewards available through the current and upcoming holiday events that will be timed, but will give us a little bonus and some reasons to hop in and play some more Dungeon Defenders 2. Now this, of course, is just a huge bonus for anyone that is new to the game or has just started the game fairly recently, or even within the last year or so. I know a lot of veteran players out there weren't super stoked about the events. However, it's something designed for everyone and not just the endgame community. So 4 times base XP and gold, double Defender medals going on throughout the entire month of December in Dungeon Defenders 2 on all platforms through these little holiday mini events. Now jumping right back to the beginning of this video, I always give you all the news, however, I rarely will give you all my opinions about whatever the news is, as I try to just get the facts out there to everyone. So let's back it up to the Dungeon Defenders Awakened console and the Switch exclusivity. Now, obviously, I was looking forward to playing it on Switch for a new platform. They said right in the blog post that the game was not running on the Switch up to their expectations, although they had made some massive gains in performance and optimization and just overall improvements. They're not satisfied with the overall Switch experience and don't want to keep putting back the other console launches while waiting to get the Switch up to par with what their expectations are. Now, clearly this comes with some heavy-duty flip-flopping, and there will be much criticism, no doubt about it. However, I mean, they said that the experience that they're hoping to offer is not there yet, so you can't really fault Chromatic for wanting to move on and get the game out on one of the platforms that don't quite have so many of the technical limitations that the Switch does. As far as Update 1.2 goes, I mean, as a player, obviously I want to play Rift Mode, and I want to play it right now, but on the same note, the update has to be dialed in, it's got to be squared away, and without any more massive bugs or setbacks. I can wait as long as it takes for Update 1.2, as long as we get a fine-tuned update that is going to complete more of the base game. Waiting for Update 1.2 does not really bother me at all. I think the real problem here is that the game is launched and it doesn't have all of the base features that we expect as players in the game yet. So if the game was still early access, none of this would even be a remote problem. However, they went on and launched the game, and now they're going back and trying to put the base features in to the game that should have been there at launch. In my opinion, that's where the real problem lies with the current state of Dungeon Defenders Awakened. As far as the sales and the events go, you know, sales are great, events are great, obviously no problem with either of those. Stoked to see them going on in Dungeon Defenders 2. To be completely honest with you, at the state of the game where I'm at, those events are not a big motivator for me as a player to log back in and play. However, I do think these are absolutely huge for anyone that is newer to the game for certain. So that will do it for now. Thank you all so much for watching. By the time this video gets published, it will be close to Thanksgiving in the United States. So happy Thanksgiving to anyone out there that celebrates it. So thank you all once again, and I will see ya next time around. Take it easy.